Hello ladies and welcome back to another class. Oh yeah. This one is your nail anatomy class. So I'm going to be teaching you about the anatomy of the nails. So basically, welcome to biology. Sorry about the reflections of my light. This one here is my roof light and that one there is my ring light. It's really dark, so I had to use artificial lighting and it's not the best on shiny surfaces, but yeah, we're gonna do what we can with what we have. Oopsie, I meant to zoom out there. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to list all these little creatures here. See, it's quite a lot. Let me show you. Once again, please excuse my terrible nails. They will be done one day. Okay, so here we go. This is the finger like this. So if you had to cut it in half like this, okay. Number one over here. So right here in the bloody part. So this is the skin of the nail. Here, this green part is your actual nail. And then this over here, I don't know if you can see. So this fleshy part over here. Number 9 over here will be your finger tip. Okay. And then this green part over here is what we call your nail, right? But scientifically we call it the nail plate. Okay, so let's go back to number 1 over here. Number 1 is your matrix. That is where your nails grow from. Okay, so your nail grows from the matrix. The matrix have all these little blood vessels that carry nutrients and everything to it. And if you damage the matrix, your nail will either be deformed or will never grow back. Okay, so this little part over here, number 2, is the nail root, because it's where the nail comes from. Right? So, nails are made up of keratin, which is the same thing that your hair is made up of. Okay, nails, this green part here is dead. That's why you can cut your nail and you can cut your hair, because it does not, it's not alive. It's alive here in this part here. But once it grows, and how it grows is that the matrix produces all these keratin cells and then squash it flat to produce the nail. So it squashes all the keratin cells together and it produces a nail. The reason why the nail grows is because it's constantly pushing out keratin cells, pushing it out. Okay, but it's dead. This whole part here, it's not alive. It is dead. It is dead. Okay, nails, do you see lungs anywhere? Did I draw lungs? No. Okay, nails don't breathe. They are dead. Okay, that's why if you damage your nail, it will grow out. But if you damage this part, you are basically going to have either a deformed nail or no nail at all. So sometimes, you'll see a little white spot like there somewhere on your nail. That is sometimes when you might have hit your nail when it was still here and it's just damage growing out. it does not mean that you have a lack of calcium. Nails have nothing to do with calcium, okay? I just need to put it out there. Calcium has nothing to do with nails. It's a myth. It's an absolute myth, okay? You can't tell if you have calcium in your system through your nails, and those white dots don't mean calcium. It means that there's something, either the cells weren't squashed flat or you knocked your nail and it will just grow out. Okay. So these are all blood vessels in here by your matrix, okay? And then you have your nail root. This skin here is called the proximal nail fold. Ladies, I'll give you this diagram, okay? Don't stress about it. I'll give it to you. So that is, if I had to draw it on my finger, this part over here. It doesn't draw on skin. This part here. That bleeds. Okay. That's your proximal nail fold. And this blue part over here, excuse me, is called your eponychium. Your eponychium is the seal that seals your proximal nail fold to the nail. Okay. So it seals it so bacteria and virus and dust and dirt can't get to your matrix. Okay. So this part is very, very important. Okay. But so is this part over here, but we'll get there. So this part is what makes your nail, so it's super important. And these parts protect your nail as seals from dirt and grime and viruses and bacteria and all sorts of funny little chuchas, whatever. Okay. This part over here, growing here, is cuticle. Okay. It's that white stuff that comes onto your nail, and it comes there from the growing process, okay? Because the eponychium constantly has this movement on it, so, and it's also making new cells because it's skin. The proximal nail fold is skin, so it's pushing out dead skin cells, okay, from the movement of the nail growth, which is then your cuticle. Okay. Cuticle is also dead. Dead. Everything else is live and will bleed if you cut it, okay? So, moving on. Then we have underneath here, this red bit here, is the nail bed. The nail bed is that pink that you see underneath your nail. So if you had to take off your nail, you'd see that this part is a pink part. The reason why it's pink is because there's lots of blood vessels underneath here, bringing nutrients to your nail. That's how you get nutrients to your nail, okay? It's not by putting some fancy cream on or whatever. Nutrients comes through your blood. Science, okay? The reason why we put cuticle oil on is because cuticle oil allows for the skin and the nail itself to remain moist so that it doesn't dry out too much. Things like acetone and water dry out your nail plate and your skin, which causes lifting on your products, okay? Lifting. No one wants lifting. That's evil. So that's why your clients put cuticle oil on. But the strength of your nail comes from the nutrients that is brought by the blood to the nail bed and the matrix. But also it's genetics, okay? And guess what, ladies? You cannot change genetics. So if you have horrible nails like me, thin, flat, brittle, it's got nothing to do with my health. It's all genetics, okay? I get it from my dad's side of the family because my mom has stunning nails. And then it doesn't help that I bite my nails as well. And being pregnant has made that 10 times worse. Okay, so it's genetics. You're born with a matrix that produces a certain kind of nail. And no matter what you do, you cannot change that. You can take how many vitamins you want. It's not going to change the structure of the nail that your DNA makes. Okay. But on the other hand, you can improve it a little bit. Okay. You can improve the health of the matrix and the health of your nail by using cuticle oil and vitamins like folic acid and biotin or whatever you choose. Folic acid is cheaper, easier. Biotin has some side effects that some people can't use it. Okay. Then we move on to number 8 is important. This is the hyper. Okay, so eponychium is the top, hypernychium is the bottom seal. This attaches the nail bed, the nail plate to the nail bed and seals that so that no bacteria can get in there. When nails grow and you wear your nails really long, sometimes your hypernychium can actually extend out. You do not want to break this seal, okay? So you need to really look when you do your client's nails whether they have an extended hypernychium, because you want to be careful to not break that. And your client mustn't stick orange wood sticks underneath her nails to try and clean it, or use those nail clippers that have that metal thing, scraper thing in it to try and get because when you break the seal, onycholysis, which is the separation of the nail plate from the nail bed, occurs, and then bacteria and fungus and viruses and dirt and everything can get in here and cause lots of problems, and that's not what we want. Okay, so you need to take very good care when you put on forms, when you're cleaning the nails, when you're filing the nails, and especially when you're cutting the nails. In fact, Aiden has a natural high eponychium. So when he was little, I couldn't cut his nails that short. It always had to have a little free edge to this day. So he knows now that it's called a hypernychium because obviously. So then when I have to go cut his nails, he's like, don't forget about my hypernychium. Okay. Then we've spoken about the fingertip. This part here that extends over the fingertip is the free edge. Okay, so it's that white part that comes over, and it's only white because it doesn't have the nail bed to make it pink. Okay. Then number 10 over here is the, it's with a PH, phalange. That's your bone. If you want to sound smart, be like, oh, what's the other word for a finger? It's your phalange. Okay. That's your bone matter. Yeah. Then this part over here is a tendon called a tendon. And this one is called the flexor tendon. And it allows your finger to do this. Okay. This little part here can go. Okay. So that is basically your finger cut in half like this. And don't worry, I have terrible handwriting, so I don't expect you to take notes and all that stuff now. I will supply this to you. I'll post it on Facebook and I'll post it on the WhatsApp group so that you have it in all the spaces and you can have it on your phone so that you know. It's just that Postnet is being very difficult with me because I need to take it from the laptop to the printer, and guess what? They are only printing for certain things. They're not printing for everything, which is also a pain in my butt because I want to get, those things that have the logos on it, yeah. Those mats, when people do their videos, then they have those mats with their logos on. So I want to get one made and laminated, but do you think they want to do that for me? No. Nope, they just want to be difficult in this time of lockdown. I mean, okay. So now this is your finger like this, okay. Pretend that this part is where we have now removed the nail. So this is your nail bed. Okay, so this whole space here is your nail bed. And this is where your eponychium and proximal nail fold will be. Okay. And then this is your matrix. We call a finger a mantle. Okay. And then number 4, this here going like this. In this part here is called your nail groove. But further down over here, that's called your side walls or your nail wall. Okay, I use the word side wall because that's just what I was taught, but this is your nail groove, and that's what you must follow when you build, is that streamline so that your nails are thin. When you go over that, that's when your nails look quite bulky, and no matter what you do, you can't get that down. So you need to follow the nail's natural nail groove and side walls to continue when you build extensions, so that it looks like that and doesn't look like this. Thicker. Okay, because we don't want fat nails, we want thin nails. Then this part over here is obviously the hyponychium. Squash it in there. And we have our free edge over here. Okay. Then number 9 is our nail plate, which we've discussed already. And number 10 is a name that you haven't heard yet, and it's a lunula, or your moon, your half moon. Okay. So it's just that color because remember we discussed how it's made. So this is the new keratin cells that have been pushed flat. Okay. And as it moves, it changes color. So that's what you are seeing. It doesn't mean if you can't see it that it's not doing it. Some people just genetically have a further proximal nail fold, so their lunula is inside their proximal nail fold. And then some people have a very pronounced lunula, which means it's just how the cells are being pushed out. It's got nothing to do with health. The myths that are in the nail industry is hilarious sometimes, okay? It's not fact-based or science-based or anything. Okay. Then number 7 is our cuticle. Number 8 is, of course, our eponychium. Okay. So that is basically our nail cut, removed so that you can see. I'd suggest you look at your own nail and that you try and find these parts on your own nail. And if you have any questions, you know how to get to me, you know where I am. Hope you ladies are staying warm and cozy. If you are in Cape Town, I don't know how it is for the rest of the country, but it is cold where I am. Winter has arrived early. Just before Cyril Ramaphosa tells us we can go and exercise any time of the day, we get hit with winter. Great. Anyway, ladies, until the next video, take care. Lots of love. Bye.